your NATOPS is wrong. I want to show you how you correctly start the engines and why we're going to start them this way and why the NATOPS is wrong. So, the later you wait to start your motor to push your throttles forward, the harder it is on the air turbine starter. Air turbine starter can't take pressures of starting RPMs around 30%. No. It's going to wear it out if you go to 25%, or if you're always waiting to go to 20, you're going to be starting it at 25%. So we want to start it at 20, which requires us to bump the throttles at 15. So we're going to start our right crank. Now what's happening is bleed air is being pushed over to the windmill of this motor. Our air turbine starter is going to kick in as soon as I throttle up. And throttling up at 15 takes that long for the motors to catch up, the fuel to catch up, the linkage to operate. This is not a completely electronic engine. There are linkages that run back to the GEF 404, 400, or 402 motor, as would be in this particular rendition. Now listen for it. 45 RPMs is when our igniters kick in and all of our air and fuel mixture is lit. So we got that. And if you'll notice, our AP accumulator light has gone off because it quickly charged our systems. We've got Bitch and Betty's talking. We can now turn on, and for DCS purposes you can turn everything on, but in the real jet you would want to not kill your batteries and wear your batteries down, or risk one generator, so you would go ahead and start both sides before you crunk everything up. I would start one DDI, so 15, push the throttles forward. We're going to get light at around 20, boom, fuel's coming in. We got heat from the APU. Air turbine starter is going to engage, and our igniters will ignite at 45, and you can hear it. There it is. That's when you know you're at 45, 50 when you hear that, and finally 65 when it finally lets off. If you get a hang start or a hunk start, you'll know it. It'll just keep whooshing. So what we did was we used accumulated pressure to start our auxiliary power unit, and then our auxiliary power unit to turn our air turbine starter to engage our motors and windmill them up to 45 RPM, at which time our igniters will ignite the fuel and air mixture in the can. And that's where our motors start and become self-sustaining. So now we've got to rotate our bleed knobs. You can hear when the air comes in, you can feel when the air comes in when you're in the actual cockpit as well as in DCS. So we just started our jet. I explained to you how that system works, but how does our generators operate and how does all of that turn is from a power takeoff shaft off the front of the motor. Just one shaft. That shaft runs the left and right AMAD system. That's the airframe mounted accessory drive. It turns the gears in that drive, which also are connected to the generators, the left and right generators. Also, your hydraulic systems are ran off of those. So, your oil systems as well, like the AMADs run quite a bit of systems. So that's how we start up our Hornet and what is happening as we start our Hornet up. I hope you enjoyed that. This is my first time back in the cockpit on YouTube in a minute. I'm struggling with just trying to get myself situated with this, my leg issues. I've got the right leg doing better. I'm trying to get the left leg better. I'm trying to get myself out of this wheelchair as a primary source of transportation. I'd rather use my two legs. So let's go ahead and finish starting our jet up. Get ourselves ready to take off. It's been a while. Haven't flown very much. So if you've enjoyed any of this wild crap that I do, just leave a like. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment if you don't mind. It's free to share it as well. It really means a lot to us content creators, right? This is a little bit of a time-sensitive thing. We spend our time to create something that we hope you guys all appreciate. And if not, you can always tell us in the comments, hey man, I don't like what you're doing. I'll listen. I'll even have a conversation with you about it. Very free-thinking person here. But I do thank all of you who DM me and cheer me on. I appreciate it. It does mean a lot. I'm not here for clout. I'm not here for anything other than just to share my experience in life that I had. I had a very unique experience being an enlisted person who achieved the ability to have a backseat qual in this aircraft at a time when it was something that could happen, because backseat quals don't happen anymore. You have a WISO now, so for enlisted aviators to happen, doesn't happen anymore. You just don't get backseat qual mechs, enlisted people anymore in aircraft, because the backseat is always full. So you can get a glamour flight, or I don't know what they call them, but to be an actual backseat qual mech was a special thing that happened within the 106 Gladiator community. I'm imagining the West Coast had a similar process. Alright, there we go. Jets aligned. Switch to nav. Go ahead and get our TACAN set up. I'm not sure where I'm at. I'm in Afghanistan. But we can find out. We can go to data. Go to TACAN. See if we have any TACANs listed in here. Doesn't look like we do. That's a shame. So, back to the HSI. We'll go to the F10 map. We'll check it out, see where we're at. Alright, Kandahar. Kandahar 75 X-ray, and we got 125 500. 75 X-ray. 75 enter. Oh, I love my wind moving products here. They really make flying great. Even when I am in VR, I still use them. I just know where everything is located. Alright, so not going to do all of the fancy everything. This is not the time for milsim. I'm ready to just fly. So let's go ahead. Ready to go here.